Hello. Recently, I've been watching a lot of videos that Piers Morgan has been on about why any civilian should have the need to have an AR-15 or any other rifle like it, and there's no legitimate reason why, in his eyes, and not just him, but a lot of people see no legitimate reason why in his eyes. Well, I will tell you the reasons right off the bat. Hunting and farming. And immediately when I say that, people are going to say, oh no, you can't go out and hunt with an AK, or you can't go out and hunt with a AR-15. Well, I'll tell you right off the bat, you can. And also another thing that it's used for is protection. And then you'll say, oh no, it's better to have a shotgun than an AR-15 or an AK-47. Well, I'll tell you, you're wrong. Because in some cases, it is better to have an AR-15 or an AK-47 for protection than a shotgun. Now, I will tell you the reasons why here in a second, but I'm going to give an allegory. You ever heard of the ecosystem? You know, the worms feed on the dirt, and the bird eats the worms, and then the cat eats the bird, and then the dog eats the cat, and then the fox eats the dog, and then the bear eats the fox, or so on and so forth. Not in that particular order, but you get what I'm saying. Let's take one species completely out of the world, out of the ecosystem. Spiders, for example. Let's get rid of one spider. One spider species in not just the Americas, but let's just say it is in America, but it could have global effects. Let's get rid of the black widow. Black widow doesn't exist anymore. Do you realize how much of an effect doing that would have on the ecosystem? Because the black widow, other than being a poisonous spider that you need to stay away from, the black widow does have a ecosystem, a mother nature, a food chain type process effect in the world. Albert Einstein, when he was alive, did a study that said if honeybees, get this, if honeybees magically disappeared from the world, the human race would have, I don't know the exact time, but I think it's somewhere around 2 months. The human race would have 2 months. You want to know why? Because not only do honeybees just create honey, they create an entire vast amount of ecosystems that is around them. Other plants, other animals, pollination, gestation, germination of flowers and plants and other animals would not survive if honeybees went away. So, my answer to you, Piers Morgan, and to everyone like you, is this. An AR-15, one of the primary reasons in Virginia, which is where I'm from, and many, many, many states like it, is protection of farmland. Why? Because to hunt or to kill or to use your gun as protection against what the federal government and a lot of state governments consider varmints, you have to use a certain caliber or smaller. The 223 is a 22. It says there right in its name, 22, 3. The 3 comes from, it's sort of like a fraction. You have 22 years old, 0.1 month, or 22 years old, 0.3 months. I'm still 22. I'm just a little bit over 22 years old. I'm not 22 years old, I'm 25. But either way, it's a 22. So it has ballistic characteristics that are long range, that are accurate, and that are humane to the varmint. Varmints in Virginia are classified as prairie dogs, foxes, coyotes, bobcats, squirrels, crows, anything that can kill a cow during the night, that could destroy crops, that could kill chickens, that could kill pigs, that could kill your sheep. So a lot of farmers will buy these AR-15s because, one, in a lot of cases they are cheaper. Two, they are durable. They're ready. They don't need to be set up. They don't need to be put together. A farmer can be asleep and hear a rustling going across his farmland, pick up his AR-15, look through the scope, and see that his cows are about ready to be attacked by a wolf or a coyote. And so he points his AR-15 out of his window, and he shoots, and he kills the wolf. That is 100+ yards across this farmland. Now, if you did that with a normal rifle, like a .30 caliber, like a .308 or 7.62 by 54, or a .30-06 or 243, which are all big game hunting rounds, one, you'd be breaking the law. Two, you'd be risking that bullet traveling way farther than it could. Three, it is inhumane to the animal. Now, I'm not going to go too much into ballistics on guns, but basically, you would think that a bigger bullet would actually kill an animal or a person faster. The case, and sometimes, is no. The .223 round, a person just doesn't buy an AR-15, buy standard military .223 ammunition. They buy hunting ammunition for it. Rounds that are designed to kill the animal as quickly and as safely and as humane as possible, so that that bullet doesn't travel 2 miles and end up hurting somebody. So you take that away, you take away the AR-15, we won't have any more farmers to protect their land, because what will happen is they can't protect their land. They don't have a gun that can do it as adequately. So guess what? No more meat, no more eggs, no more vegetables, no more nothing, no more food to feed us as a country, as a world. Now, if we could still have the food, it would just mean that prices would go up and skyrocket, and availability would go down. Now, as far as the AK-47 goes, as far as a legitimate hunting purpose, it has a legitimate hunting purpose because a lot of modern sporting hunting rifles for big games are expensive, or hard to maintain, or are complex, or big, longer barrels and whatnot, and don't have any sort of definite sights. They just have a flat top, and then you have to buy an extra $200 or $500 worth of a scope. An AK-47 is the easy answer for a hunter who doesn't want to spend a lot of money. It is still over .22 caliber. It is essentially a .30 caliber projectile, and you can hunt with it. A lot of states allow you to hunt. What's the key here is not the federal government, but the state saying you can go in the woods and hunt with an AK-47. You just can only have a 5-round magazine or a 10-round magazine. Virginia and a lot of states, you can actually have a 30-round magazine out there with you hunting. A lot of hunters don't do it because it's heavy. But the ability to do it says otherwise. This video is about ready to end because I'm running out of time, so I'm probably going to make a part 2.